Mochi Health is here to help you start your weight loss journey with caring, personalized support. Meet one-on-one with board-certified obesity doctors and registered dietitians who truly listen and understand your unique needs. Eligible patients can access affordable GLP-1 medications delivered right to their door each month. No insurance? No problem. Mochi Health accepts FSA and HSA, making care accessible and affordable. And with 24/7 customer service, you'll never feel alone on your path to better health. Get started with Mochi Health today. Take the free quiz at joinmochi.com and use code AUDIO40 at checkout for $40 off your first month of membership. That's joinmochi.com with promo code AUDIO40.
Welcome to What's Lost Got to Do with It, everybody. I'm Hannah Conda, and I'm your host, and I am so thrilled to welcome you back to another glorious episode. Today, we've got a beautiful special guest that I am so in love with. You know them as Victoria Scone, as I know them as Victoria Scone too. But I've been able to tour with Victoria. I've worked with Victoria many times, and I just absolutely love her so much. An absolute legend from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3 and Canada's Drag Race versus World Season 2. So it's a dream to have Victoria in the pod. We discuss actually some really interesting things today on the podcast. We touch on some bad behaviors that we've experienced in the industry. RE promoters and them being little shits, which is actually quite a fascinating thing. And I think there was a hesitation to talk about it initially because we don't want to piss anyone off. We don't want to burn bridges, and we understand different circumstances. But fundamentally, if you're going to be working in this industry, you got to make sure you be doing the right thing, because we're just trying to make a living, make people happy, and you're not going to pay your bills, then you need to reconsider what you're doing. But it was a really good conversation, really fabulous, some great advice, and we get to touch on love as well, which is really beautiful. It's a nice, gorgeous conversation that I'm really excited for you to listen to. So thank you again for coming back for another little episode and letting me climb into your ear holes. And I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous week. But we're going to get straight into this episode. So we'll be right back with Victoria Scone. Welcome back, everybody, to What's Lost Got to Do with It. I'm so freaking excited that it's finally happened. I have the incredible, the legend, the sensation, Victoria Scone! Oh, good morning, my sweet angel.
Morning.
So you're just rolled out of bed in your childhood home.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, what a perfect venue for this conversation.
I know, as we journey through your life and times of Victoria Scone.
This is where it all began.
Did you start doing drag while you were at home?
God, no, definitely not. No, so I left home relatively young. I want to say like...
How old?
18 or something. I was weird. I went to drama school where you just do it for 1 year. What's that? A foundation year.
Okay.
And then I moved to Ibiza for a season and worked in a hotel as like a Marilyn Monroe impersonator, like in the hotel as well, kind of thing.
What?
Weird. I know. And then I got into drama school for 3 years and then failed to work as a wedding planner for another 3 years.
You've had such an interesting career.
Then I started drag.
So after the Marilyn Monroe impersonator, what? No, I didn't know about this. How long were you a Marilyn Monroe impersonator for?
Just for a season in Ibiza. Who knows how long it could have gone on to? Like a summer,
Oh, okay, yeah, like 3 months or something?
Yeah, about that. But then I found out while I was in Ibiza that I'd got the scholarship to go to Bird College.
College. So I tried to get into theatre in my university, which I never did, like, precursor. I only did 7 days at university over 3 years.
How does that work?
All of which was just trying to get out of university. So the first 2 days was trying to get out of early childhood education. The second 2 days was trying to get out of primary school education. And the last 2 days, I did one class of theatre, and the next day was getting out of it. And then I never went back.
And how many qualifications did you get? Imagine if they were like, yeah, you can still have the qualification.
0. Nada. Nothing. But I went in to do theatre, like this was my last attempt, because I started doing drag, so I was like, oh my God, I could do theatre. And then we go in and it's Shakespeare, and they were like, all the boys are warriors. And I was like, oh, no, I want to be a princess. I want to be a princess.
She was a fairy.
Too much. Yeah, she was a fairy. And I fucking flew out of there. But is that like the theatre? For you, was that sort of, is it all Shakespeare? Was it all encompassing and all that kind of stuff? No, what was it?
My mum's very much like dance mums, like Abby Lee Miller dance mums. My mum's very
Oh
much.
yeah,
She
I
was
love that.
far too young, but she was a Benny Hills girl. Do you know Benny Hill?
Benny Hill, yeah.
Yeah. She was. Yeah. She was a Benny Hills angel, so she was like in the industry.
Yeah.
So then, full pushy mum pushed me into dance since I was like 3. My mum still goes to tap class like
That's
every
so
week.
cute. So you're like full nepo baby.
Oh no!
You've just
I've never
outed
thought of it
yourself as a nepo baby.
Oh god! And I'm still this unsuccessful.
Absolutely not. I will not take that, Victoria Scott. You are a legendary lady on the game.
Which
I
game?
love this. Is just so fucking fascinating to me. It makes you make more sense though. Like
does.
this, a child of a celebrity.
Hussy. Did you see the photo I put up yesterday of me and my mum? It's quite the iconic photo. It just explains everything, really. On Instagram.
I'm looking at it. It really. Oh my god, your mum is a slay. Look at that.
Yeah. And then
Look
me
at you
just
two.
staring at her tits. I need to recreate it. We were going to recreate it. It's a sunny day. It's going to happen.
Yeah, get into your bathers. Do you have a little bathing suit like that now?
Yeah, not far off. So I just need to get her in a little pink 2-piece and with laughing.
I'm assuming because she taps still, she's still got a rock and bod. So yeah, get out there, mum.
She absolutely has. Far better than me. People were commenting yesterday like, "Is that your mum?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Eyes, look, avert your eyes.
Oh no, I'm like, everybody look.
Oh, this is my mother. Do you mind your mum being a thirst trap?
Oh, she loves the attention and I love it. It's great.
Ah, that's so fucking fabulous. And so have you always remained quite close with your mum?
Yeah, she definitely pushed me into everything like dance and theatre, and then that to answer your original question, I'm so doing ADHD by the way.
It's fun. This is what we're all about here. Yeah.
What have I lost? General conversations in my life is what I lost. I never finish a conversation. What was I saying? Yeah, she all theatre and dance. Then that definitely led to drag. I know it's definitely helped. Be theatrical. Yeah, because when I left college and I wasn't very successful, basically, I think a lot of people do this when they do leave drama school. Because I still want attention, and I still need to be performing. How am I going to find a way to do that? I'll be a drag queen. Yeah,
and bloody hell, you do it good.
Darling. Thank you.
You're so fabulous. And what out of because some people that are listening to this, they're not always like drag fans or whatever. No, they're drag fans, but then not necessarily come to see us because they want to see the people behind the drag. I am curious to know, as a fan of yours, what is your favorite facet of drag? Is it because we've got so many facets that we have to do? You've got the business stuff, you've got to do all your costuming, your performing, and all that. Where is your like true passion? Because you create a lot of your looks as well and makeup. What is like your favorite bit of your drag that you'd get to do?
I think it is ever evolving of what I am into at the time, and things will ebb and flow and come and go. I'm a poet.
All right, Shakespeare.
But I think that is important to like keep it interesting for yourself, as well as also having ADHD. You have to keep it interesting or you will just get bored. But it's always, the core of it for me has always been like the performance side and the entertainment of it. I know obviously we've been on Drag Race, like it's a lot about the looks and the outfits and the makeup and the wigs. But for me, it never really was. That's not why I started drag. I started drag before Drag Races in the UK. Yeah. As many of us did. So it's not like we started with the intent to get on Drag Race. We start to entertain and to do drag. So yeah, the core of it has always been the entertainment. I'm doing far more like back to puppy gigs now, and I'm like having the best time ever. Like back doing that, and I'm like, oh, this is why I started drag. Like I love it. I absolutely love it. I want to be on stage for hours on end at a time. I love it.
It is interesting because like Drag Race, it highlights so many different parts of drag, but it does focus a lot on the look, obviously, and it's been dominated by the fashion. But like I too have just started going back into clubs. I've just started doing like a Wednesday night club night again, and like being back in venues, and I've missed it because it's our lifeblood. It's just like nice to be able to like get your feelings out there on stage and
spend some energy
because I put on a lot of weight when I'm breaking between tours because I'm not active and I'm not moving, and so I get lazy and lethargic.
Yeah.
So it's nice
Yeah.
being back on stage. But you're doing your walks now, aren't you?
I was doing me running, but then I got hit by a car.
Are you running? Oh, that's right.
So I just stopped that for a bit, but I will get back to my running, my caps to 5K. Lots of weird things happen in my life. There's no like better way to say it.
I know, just because I remember saying it to you at the drag con, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I got hit by a car." I'm like, what?
Oh,
Oh shit.
are you okay?
Yeah, how is your recovery going? You feeling good? Yeah, getting there?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's so funny because it's like the other knees. I've got two
Bung knees.
busted knees.
You've really had a lot of trouble with those knees of yours.
I know.
You still get out there and you keep on whirling. That's what we love about you.
Keep
the
on
resilience.
whirling and twirling. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, sure, mate.
Yeah. You
Shut
it's
up.
drag really. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm great. Remember do you get that reference? No, do you not get the
Oh.
reference?
No, what is it?
It's one of the queens on, was it season 16? What was her name? The Queen of Flips that used to like do the flips. I can't remember her name. Oh, anyway, but we'll get into that. But I'll tell you this. I want to no, but so this bit she goes, Ruth, oh, do a Cher impression. She goes, I'm great.
Oh dear.
It's so bad. But anyway, so you don't watch it anymore.
No, I don't think on purpose. I think like trauma stops me from just going, oh my God, Drag Race is on, let's watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched bits of the most recent one, but I have not finished watching the most recent one. I actually don't even really know who won. I think I know who won. Have you watched it?
The one the UK one?
No, no. Oh, I do watch the UK one, sorry, but not the US.
Yeah, not the US. Yeah. But the new one currently is like still going. There's another one.
Is it still on?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't finished yet.
Oh. Okay.
I struggle sometimes watching it because it's like you go back into like, because you know how like it's all been made and you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I just feel for those people in that situation because I'm like, I know that to get to this specific space, there's been like hours or days of build up that you don't really get to see, and you're like, oh, I feel so bad. I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I feel worse when we're at DragCon and we have no idea who half the people are.
Yeah. Especially the UK one, because you get a lot of all like the Italian girls and the like you get a lot of the internationals, and I'm like, well, who is a drag race girl and who is just a girl coming to visit?
You're not wrong, because even the girls that are just buying the tickets looking better than half of us.
Oh, like half of us. Yeah, in a full look and heels, and we're all like Crocs and
in your lives of Manelli.
Yeah, that was so Kev.
You do DragCon very well.
Oh, comfortable. I'm never not doing a character ever again. It's the best.
Oh,
it's the best. Good. You know, the more comfortable I am, the longer I'll stay to be with everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more uncomfortable I am, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm like, get me out of this.
That wasn't your first UK one, was it?
No, that was my second one.
Second.
Yeah.
Second UK. I really enjoyed the most recent DragCon.
Fun.
It was my favorite.
It was a good. Yeah, it was a very fun DragCon. I think it was nice as well. Like everyone was in good spirits because I think obviously celebrating Viv and everything like that. Like there was just everyone was in sort of a checked ourselves because we're like, oh, we got to be grateful that we have these things.
Totally, couldn't agree more. Yeah. It was so fun.
Yeah, it really was. It was really lovely. But I want to know a bit more about you, Victoria Scone, in this early hour of the day for you. Because I know like we're products of our lives and times, and this podcast being about loss. Is there anything that comes to mind in your life that sort of may have been a loss of something that has triggered you on different journeys that have taken you to where you're at? Probably a lot of things, it's life, but one of those things that you think of that you're like, oh wow, this has really been a pivotal change for me.
There's something we've both lost. There's no Drag Race.
What is it?
A couple $100,000.
Oh! yes, the money.
That's like the first thing I could think of. I was like, can I talk about that?
Yeah, I think we can. I think it's fair. Yeah, because it changes our. But you know what? Maybe it's time we do, because it's like it is such a labor of love, and you put in so much of your own money, and it's considered back for a couple of years.
Oh wait, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
Oh, no, I was talking about putting money into the drag race, but then I'm like, okay, now I get it. I was talking about the drag race money that you put into for your packages. Well, there's that. But no, yes. But as a performer, being unpaid from stupid promoters. Yes.
Yeah.
We won't mention them by name at all, but we could, let's just say, for the purpose of this, everyone that is listening that is a drag artist or a performer who's been through this, because we've all been through it, put in your own name, insert your own club promoter here that hasn't paid you.
Yeah.
But this is great. I love this. I think this is very important because there's a lot to learn for the kids.
Yeah.
We
did Edinburgh Fringe together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So that's one example of the multiple times.
Yeah, the situation.
But you've even had it before, haven't you, in Australia? Has there been more promoters?
I've had different. It's not. You know what? I've been very lucky that I haven't had too many experiences of it. There has been times, for sure. It's never been as big of amount that I had experienced when I came over to the UK. But it is one of those things because they're very like promoters like this. So just so we clarify for the people, we were talking about like promoters that will come and book you and then end up never paying you, and you end up being out of pocket. You can't make up that money. You end up spending money on accommodation or transport or travel or whatever, and you never get it back, and you end up just it can put you into a financial space of like ruin, which we've seen. What did that make you feel like when you started to experience that?
It's quite dehumanizing, I feel. It was very, and like you put a lot of trust as well, and it's just like a promotion company. You're almost friends with these people as well, and there's trust and friendship, and it's very confusing and dehumanizing. You feel very used, like a feeling of being like rinsed and used and taken advantage of, and like made to feel like a fool, because it's almost like you see it coming a bit, because I feel like maybe it's happened before, or people have tried to warn you, or you just feel like a bit of a silly sod. Oh, bugger, it's happened. You're like, oh, it will never happen. And then it totally does. And it's really bad. And it does put you in a real financial difficulty. You're totally right. You've paid out because you've paid for accommodation. Never mind the thousands you've probably spent on costumes and wigs to do those productions.
The shows.
Yeah. The hours of writing. Like, me and Louis wrote the show together, not the one we did. We did a separate Fringe one called Jam Pack.
Yeah.
We spent hours writing it, and like we documented the writing process on TikTok, and like you could literally see us write this show. And then obviously, and not that nothing comes of it, but it's so funny to go, oh yeah, that just like never got paid for. We're just completely out of pocket for that. There are totally worse things to happen, but that was totally
for sure.
Career devastating at the time. It felt this is the end, and it was almost like, why do you even want to carry on? It was like, why? It was a bit of a pivotal for me. I was like, I've done all these drag races, I've done 2 of them, and now it felt at the time like, what have I got to show for it? It felt really poop. It felt awful. But we have to pull ourselves out of it and carry on, of course.
We do, and I totally agree. It does make you feel like it doesn't help when you're trying to argue that we should be paid more in certain things, because it just flattens any sort of self-esteem you have. And then that fear, I don't know if you felt like, because when I got back, I had spent my own money to pay for certain things that they were like, oh, we'll cover that. And then I'm like, oh, I'm struggling to pay my rent now, and I'm stressing, and then they're not replying, and that anxiety and all of that goes on. It's the sick feeling.
Yeah, I'm literally feeling it now. Like,
yeah, me too. And I don't know, because I don't know if I get mad sometimes, because I saw a lot of people go, why would you work for them? Why would you do this? I know why I did, because I'd heard rumors, but I knew why I worked for them. I went because I wanted to experience the UK. I thought maybe I will be fine because they paid a deposit. So I was like, okay, maybe that's that. But I think the thing that people don't realize at the outside, the manipulation that comes from inside.
Yeah.
They would drip feed you bits to keep you going, okay, it's going to come. Totally.
And I worked with them a lot. So it's like lots of different types of events that were getting paid for and had been paid for. I worked with them for years. And I'm going to be very brutally honest about the scene in general, even within the Drag Race girls. There's a lot of pressure to look busy. Gross. But it's totally there.
But it's true.
Yeah. Not even like to fans, to each other.
Yeah.
You see your other friend or your sister doing things, and you're like, I want to be busy. I hope people think I look busy. So you desperately want to do it, and you want to work as well. We write these shows ourselves, and not any promoter is going to pick you up. People still are tentative to pick up drag work and promote it and produce it. And for me personally, there's always, I think, an underlying sense of imposter syndrome still. I think there always will. I know I love drag. I'm good at what I do, and I'm good at drag. But there's still always like a sense of I've got to prove myself just a little bit more. I think it's... And I know Louis feels the same as well. My partner, my drag king,
Louis was spectacular drag artist.
Yeah.
Fantastic performer, just a superstar. So if you don't follow Louis Cypher, please go and do so too, please, because we live.
Little
But
plug there.
but it's and I think with the industry now, with Drag Race being and all the different types of drag shows flooding drag into the mainstream, it feels like it's like a clog in the pipes where it used to flow. Now it feels like there's just this thing, and then because of the conversations around drag, people are hesitant about investing in drag because they don't want a backlash.
Totally. Yeah.
With this sort of conservative sort of swing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Oh god, yeah.
Because drag's always been around. Drag's been been mainstream before and is celebrated.
Yeah. Totally.
What's one thing that you see in the mainstream that you'd love to dip your hands into? What was would it be theater or film or television again, or what was something that you kind of go, oh yes, I want to work to get into that?
I have definitely done theatre, and a lot of it I did the Death Drop tour on the West End as well, but definitely want to go back more into that. But I am doing a theatre show that's not been announced yet, so I don't even think I can here. I don't know.
Yeah, no, don't do it. No, don't. Yeah.
But I haven't been announced on it yet, but that's exciting. So I am dipping my toe back into theatre, and hopefully that brings more work in theatre. So that'll be fun. Getting headshots done next week.
Oh, look out!
Now I've got no chins anymore. That's one of my greatest losses. 6 stone.
You did so bloody well, and it was like your journey with your weight and losing a little weight. It was so much fun watching you document that experience, because it was the same as Kitty as well, with her running around the city. It was so much fun, and actually both of you inspired me to get back into working out. I've been going to the gym.
Absolutely.
The gym's now stopped. I'm now doing 20
Who's
minutes,
Jim?
and you like to know we've had a fight now, and I'm not going, but I've been doing these 20-minute 20 to 30 minute start the end of the day with these 20-minute 30-minute they're like walking, like intense walking, like aerobic things. Like I'm gonna show you.
Just show me. Yeah, just show me.
It's like Zumba.
Oh,
it's kind of like
Zumba.
Yeah. And but yeah, but the both of you really inspired that journey for me, and I just loved, because I don't know how you do walks. I get really, my mind doesn't allow me to do a walk. I hate walking.
No, really?
No.
Like, not in
or
the
running.
countryside, a nice walk.
Hate it.
No. What does your brain do? Is it like
I just got other things that I want to be doing, which is fascinating. Yeah. Whereas if I do it in these short bursts, I feel like more focused, and I feel like I can.
Because then you've got a goal, and you're like aiming when you finish. You know what? Yeah, I get it. Because when I started walking more, I was like, I need somewhere to go. I need a purpose. I'm like, what am I doing? We're just ambling. But turn my brain down a bit.
Do you get through that?
Now I have. Now I enjoy it, and I'm like, oh, this is the walking is the goal. Like the enjoying what you're looking at. But I need to go in like pretty places. And my parents live on the seaside, which is quite nice. So that's a nice little walk. And me and Louis are buying a house in Yorkshire. I was going to say like the exact town, then I was like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know.
Don't dox yourself. No, don't dox yourself.
Here's my postcode and my national insurance number.
But isn't that so fast? I love that you're buying a house on the property ladder. This is so exciting. That is just such an achievement, especially considering what we were talking about, like how we've been fucked over and stuff. For you to pull yourself back into a space where you can now say you're buying a house. That's so epic. That is exactly, that's the tenacity of the human spirit there, my darling.
Cheers to that, darling. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Clink, ching. Yes, it's all very exciting, but also terrifying.
Yeah. What is because is this the first time you've done first time you bought a house, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And to go into this, and like with Louis, what's this like? How does it make you feel with your relationship and everything? Like, it's just so nice to see like yourself and Louis like doing all these things. And I think for young kids out there, like thinking, oh my God, they get trapped in some circumstance. What's your advice to these people that are looking at you two and like seeing this magic happen?
We've like accidentally lived together from the day we started touring together, because when you're on tour, it's like basically living together. We're in each other's pockets constantly. And I've never been more in love ever. Which is so gross to say.
I love it.
But I think we both come with baggage, as everybody does, and we're always both very actively trying to be the best version of ourselves for each other, and always try and know that we can better ourselves. We're not perfect, and we definitely make mistakes all the time. But I am grossly in love. I'm really sorry to say that for everyone listening. It's gross.
Oh, I love it. And you two are gross. Like we've been with you guys so many times. And it's a bit gross, but it's so beautiful. Because you just compliment each other so well. And it's rare that you find someone like that, like for performers, for two performers to come together, not only have a great working relationship, but a beautiful relationship outside of that. Like it's wild and so like sweet. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
we're both very ADHD as well, but different flavors. So we match each other. He's very good at. So I'm not very good when I'm not busy. I need to be busy, and I'm good with a task and a goal, and I can see everything planned out in front of me. And he's not very good at that, but he's very good at everything else except that. He's managing when I'm not busy and like when I'm like spiraling because I haven't got 10 million things to do, like how to relax. I think we complement each other very well. I manage our diary and he manages everything else.
That's so good.
I know. When I talk about Louis on stage, I talk about my boyfriend and I go, he's trans, it's still gay, don't worry. I'm not straight.
Still one of us, still one of the community.
Yeah. I don't mind if you are straight, just don't shove it down my throat.
Oh yeah, I'm not ready for any of that. I don't want any of that shoved in my face.
No.
Thank God for the new Snow White. Honestly, thank God for the new Snow White because it raised all that. God,
yeah.
Snow Woke. No, I haven't.
Snow Woke. Amazing.
Have you seen it?
I haven't, but I know it's like completely boycotted for whatever reason.
Look, to be honest, the only reason I haven't seen it is I really am not happy with Gal Gadot as the evil queen. Like that, she's just terrible.
British drag queens where they speak in one monotone voice, like I survive. She just speaks in one tone. Oh my God, it's mad. I can't even do it.
Can't even walk. Can't even walk. I watched a couple of scenes on TikTok and I was like, you can't even walk, bitch. Have you seen the video of her with the worst acting scenes? It's just, enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Literally, see, that's what I mean. One monotone note. Awful.
But just it drives me mad as someone who feels like I work hard in the entertainment industry, but yet we will never ever be able to be a Gal Gadot because we do drag or we're queers.
Yes. But how did she get where she is?
Is she not a model?
That's the most misogynistic thing I've ever done.
Yeah, don't you shame women?
That's so not me. Slut shaming.
Oh, hey, look, no,
we've got to
there's something going on. It really confuses me.
Must be an epo, baby.
Like, takes one to know one.
Shoe fits if the shoe fits.
Can I ask, where do you get your sense of humor from, do you think?
Trauma and panto, probably, which is also why I started drag. Yeah, you have panto in Australia, right? Yeah. No, not really. So. Oh, maybe my family.
No, we've got panto's not really a big thing in Australia. There's this woman called Bonnie Lithgow, and she tried to do the panto thing, but never really took like it does in the UK. That's my goal. I want to do a panto. I'm really keen to do
you'd be so amazing in a panto.
I'm ready.
Coded. Yeah.
Panto planners.
Let's put it into the
pull me in. I want to be in a panto. But yeah, that's it. Traumas. Yeah, I think because I'm always fascinated by where we pull our sense of humor from. Because sometimes you've got a very similar sense of humor to me, and so I think it's very dark-sided and twisted. Is that the kind of comedy you like to do as well?
Very much so. I do. I love it. And if you can't laugh at yourself, how are you going to laugh? The way you just that really made me laugh. It was like a bird being fed by the a parrot on your shoulder.
It's not a parrot, it's a snake.
Oh, sorry.
It's a snake. Don't you erase my snakes?
I've misidentified your snake.
Yeah.
What's the name?
Hannah.
Oh.
Yes, Anaconda.
That makes sense.
It's rhinestoned by my beautiful friends Blobs with Knobs.
That's sweet. It's very well rhinestoned.
It is actually. It's good stuff.
If you can't laugh at yourself, how are you going to laugh at anyone else? That's my kind of humour as well. Which is so funny because everyone thinks I am Snow Woke, hate the whole fish terminology thing. And I'm this terribly offended woman all the time. But really, I'm crude as hell and I'm the first person to laugh at myself.
Yeah.
And my legacy.
Yeah, you are now. We can have those conversations and you can stand for something. Because in the way that you brought it up, I think it was actually important for people to be a bit more aware rather than it's not you're like slamming it completely. Where were you? Would you say you were?
No, it's quite funny. When I watch it back, and if anyone like has, I'm very just so you know, this means that and could be
Yeah.
Can you like imagine the arguments that have happened in the workroom in the history of Drag Race?
Yeah.
I could have
Yeah.
been so rude. I could
Yeah, you could have
really kicked off and had to apologize, but really, I just was like, oh, just so you know.
Just a matter of fact. No.
And it was more an educational point of view. It wasn't like, I don't want you to say this. Never say this again. I was
and it got
like,
taken out of context. Like, not context, but taken out of like the realm of actual just we just have people. Yeah. Which is wild.
It is a bit like, oh, a woman's got an opinion, so you know, oh, this angry woman. That's what it felt like at the time, anyway. Because
yeah, I'm pretty surprised that you had it. Like, you're not meant to. You're meant to be silent.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm the first one to say, who let these women in queer spaces, honestly?
I'm assuming, like, being a woman coming up in the queer spaces and stuff like that, yeah, there's been times, obviously, you felt isolated, I'm assuming, or have you never really experienced that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of the like imposter syndrome thing again.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. In the very beginning as well, people even were very open about it and be like, oh, if they tried to book me and they didn't realize, they go, oh, sorry, I wanted a real drag queen, not you. Like it was that. I know. But even when I started, I'm not the friggin' first to be an AFAB drag queen either. People just, if it's not in your realm, you just don't know. If it's not in your bubble, you wouldn't even thought about it. Even when I was announced on Drag Race, total like confusion and initial bit of backlash, but I signed up for that, so it's not I loved that. That's why I had it, so I could have these kind of conversations about it at the time. And now more AFAB people have gone on to do the show, but not, I would dare to say, not enough. There's not been another AFAB as far as I know on UK.
No, and it needs to happen. It just drives me wild because, like, I grew up with when I started before Drag Race and everything. There was women doing drag, there was lesbians doing drag, and all of it was just never a thing. You'd never, I'm never going at the booking a show being all, what do you got down there? You know,
exactly, like is the show going to be okay? Because
there's that down there.
Yeah.
Like, how is that a thing? Like, I just confuses me for a community meant to be just embracing the freakness of us all, but to get so judgy drives me wild. I was like, that's not what we're about.
Also, the whole, there's supposed to be a transformation. I look like a truck driver out of drag.
To be honest, you probably put more makeup on than half of us. Come on!
Literally. But even then, I'm like, it's not even just the transformation, it's the entertainment. It's not just within drag and then that's it. That's not where it ends. We then have to do something.
Yeah, are you good, bitch? I've never not enjoyed myself a Victoria Scone show. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my I have never not enjoyed a Victoria Scone show. Anaconda 2025. Quote me on your poster.
Thank you for coming to my fish talk.
She smells. Anaconda 2025. You make me laugh. You're a joy and a dream. You make me very proud because it was so exciting when I first saw you come up as one of the stars, and like because I'd followed you before because I'd seen snippets of shows because I started following UK queens. Obviously, it's the UK. Like I became a bit more aware of it, and I started investing into learning about UK drag. And so I'd seen you before. So when you came up, I was like, "Fuck yes, this is the moment." But yeah, it's just so nice to see that you've been able to pave that way for people, and you're hopefully not the last to come through the show.
No.
And
kings, we need kings.
Oh my god, don't even start. Yes. Yeah, I would love to see like Louis. Hello. But who are any other of your favorite UK kings that we should be keeping an eye on?
I would always say Adam All as well, because Adam and Louis have been doing this for like years, like far longer. Victoria Scone wasn't even a twinkle in anyone's eye when they were doing drag as drag kings on the UK scene, and they've been very prominent and continuing. Love Justin Drag from Cardiff. Have you worked with Justin? Justin did work a lot with.
I think I have worked with Justin yet.
Justin's amazing, a live singer, so I'm always going to triumph that as well. That feels very British drag to me. But there is literally a thread on my Instagram of loads of kings.
Drag kings.
I try and add to. It's the first thing on my. Oh no! It's the Couch to 5K is the first thing on my reels now. Imagine if it's like, now I've been hit by a car.
Abruptly stopped my car. Holding for traffic.
I wasn't even running at the time. I was cycling on a Lime bike. So
those fucking Lime bikes, they'll do you in.
bad.
I want to shout out Sexy Galaxy, Just Insider. They're two of my favorite kings from Down Under. They're freaking electric. They're just magic. But Sexy Galaxy is like my stolen a place in my heart. Have you heard of Sexy Galaxy?
No,
I love
I should
Sexy.
have.
Oh, Sexy is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like a giant Ken doll. And like
First name
sparkly
Sexy.
and first name Sexy. Yeah, she goes and she loves going like every time she goes into a club, she's hi, I'm sexy, and they're like,
Okay.
sure, yeah. I just love being able to say that, and I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's good. Good for the ego.
Good first name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sexy.
Good marketing.
Yeah, you
Hey.
are. It's bloody brilliant.
I would like to know everything anyone's ever replied to her with that.
Sexy. Yeah, honestly, there's so many scenarios that it works so well. Honestly, so go and follow Sexy Galaxy, I tell you. I go and look at Victoria's little socials for the kings.
Yeah, I might add some more to that actually. I need to revamp it.
Today's the day. Why not? Why not? Yeah. But I just want to tell you again, I just love you. You're an absolute dream, and just proud of watching you and everything. But as we're coming to thank you. But as we're coming to the end of our time, I've started now finishing up with one question that sort of to tie it all back in together. And you've touched on the thing with the money with the promoters and stuff like that, and you can tie it into there, but this could be just general, whatever you feel. But from all of the things that you've lost or the losses you've experienced in life, what is the thing that you've found, and what are the what are the things that you found and the lesson that you've learned from that?
That's a nice question.
Yeah.
Oh, you soppy bastard.
Yeah.
Oh no. I feel like maybe everyone says the same. I don't know. But the first thing that came to my head was like sense of community, I guess, with doing drag and just being a queer person. Like you really find your chosen family, but it is true. That is like the one thing, many things, but the main thing RuPaul is friggin' right on.
Yeah. But it's about the family, chosen family.
It is. It's very important who you surround yourself with, and it can literally affect your entire life, your support system. And you know, like me and Louis are moving house at the moment, but the house isn't ready yet. But we had to move out of London, but we travel a lot for London, and like it does show who's there for you, like who will, when we need to come back, we need to stay with friends every now and then. I'm feeling very grateful at the moment, and because this is it's a tricky time right now, but it's all gonna be worth it in the end, and you can't wait to give it back. And I want to be older, and not be older, but I can't wait to get older. Friends that I've had for literal years, and yeah, I'm excited for the future.
Melts my heart. That's beautiful. We haven't had that. That's a new one. I like that. Yeah, that's beautiful, and it's exactly what we're about. Oh,
I'm feeling soppy at the moment.
Good. I love that. Is it that time of month?
Yeah.
You make me so happy. I'm just thrilled. Victoria Scone, thank you for being with me on the pod today, and thank you for sharing a bit of your story. And where can the kids find you? Obviously, I know, but they probably all know. But if they don't, where can they find you? Where do you want to direct them?
Probably Instagram, really. I'm so bad at everything else. At Victoria Scone, or if you don't like me, at Laura Gittini.
Oh, on that note, Victoria Scone, it's been an absolute dream and an absolute pleasure, and I cannot wait to come and make memories in your new house very soon.
Yes! Oh my God,
I would love that.
Oh, please. And if you are drinking tonight, don't forget your car.
Yeah, good. Oh, wise words. Put that on there. I love that one. Yeah. If you're drinking and driving tonight, make sure you got a car. Woohoo!
You can't walk.
God, why would you?
Dangerous.
Just don't hit Victoria.
Not again.
Everybody will be back after this. But Victoria Scott, I love you. We'll be back very soon. Oh my God, everybody, welcome back to What's Lost Got to Do With It. A huge thank you again to Victoria for being my guest today. It was an absolute dream, and I love you so much, Victoria. Make sure you go and keep an eye on Victoria on their socials, and keep an eye for the announcement of what theatre show Victoria will be in. I'm so excited. I didn't even know. We didn't even speak about it at the end, so I don't even have the tea, everyone. Keep an eye on what is happening with Victoria, and make sure you go and follow Victoria's partner in crime, Louis Cypher, as well. We absolutely live. But welcome to the segment that I like to call Healing Hands, because I have healing hands. I did a certificate one in Reiki, which means I can heal people with my magical hands. And technically I can't do it from afar because that's certificate 2, but I'm just pretending that I can. I feel like I'm a wise little old lady, but I have asked people on the social medias, keep an eye out for, go follow me, Hannah Condor Official on Instagram and TikTok. I put up a little story, and you could have your question asked live here on the pod, but I have popped up a little story. I'm excited for these ones. So comes from an anonymous listener, and they ask, how do I build a better relationship with my dad? I think there's a lot of factors that go into relationships. I'm going to talk about parents and family members and people in your life that you revere as a parental figure in your life. To build better relationships with them, I want to encourage you to have positive conversations as best as you can, even when sometimes they are probably saying the wrong thing, or they're trying to figure things out, because they're just like people like us. I learnt from a situation that happened in my own life with my grandparents is that I was so scared about telling them that I did drag that I actually made the decision that they were going to be upset about me doing drag for them, which was not the case. And I just never gave them the opportunity to be in my world and in that space. Yet they wanted to be. When I told them, they were upset that they were denied that. And it all came out of the fear that I had, because I didn't want to upset them or hurt them. So I think you've got to give people the shot. I think you've got to give people the opportunity, especially if you're like inviting them into your world and your relationship is changing and evolving. You just got to remember that they're just people like us, but they're also products of the time that they grew up in and products of their parents and whatnot. So you've got to take into consideration how they have existed and how then their lessons that they have had in their life. And sometimes, especially as queer kids, or I don't know, I'm just talking from my experience as a queer kid, but because we bring into their world something that they're probably not used to and they're probably not experienced much of. So their only understanding of it is what they see on TV and see in the news or whatever, which is sometimes quite negative, or you. I think this is where we got to communicate a little bit more, share stories, share ideas, and let them come to terms with things in their own time, and allow them the chance to shift their mentality and shift their ideas of things. Because I think if you hold them to this one thing and not let them change their mind, then what's the point of even trying? We may as well just stop. But you got to let them go through the motions, go through their feelings as well, because they're valid. They might be incorrect, but they're valid because they're their feelings, because we want our feelings to be valid and validated. So you got to do the same to them. If there's harm being caused or there's violence or anything, again, you got to use your discretion. And if that's happening, abort mission. But I'm just talking generic. Let's just say that maybe they're just not comfortable and they still maybe misgendering or whatever, or they're still using maybe slurs or whatever. We all know as people when it's dangerous and when it's not. So you need to use your mind a little bit and go, oh, this is time to abort, or no, let them go and come to terms with it. And if you feel the relationship is strong enough and it's important to you to work through, keep on working at it and keep going through the motions. Give it time, allow it to fester and go through those deep feelings as much as you can. Because I think if you show that they're with love, sometimes even in the toughest spaces, you can persevere and you can come through and actually foster something better. I've seen it happen so many times in my life and with people around me. So just give them a chance, treat them as human beings, have those important conversations, and educate each other without being mean or isolating. Because I think what we do sometimes, we snap because out of anger and we want to make sure we're being treated in the absolute best way. So, which is fair, but it isolates people, because if you start to deal with things with a little bit more calmness, a little bit of kindness and consideration, the relationship changes and the response is different because it's not attacking. And I think that can make such a difference. So try it. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist and I don't want to put anyone in harm's way, but this is just the experiences that I've had. And I've been in some hairy situations, but I've seen some great change. So I don't know, maybe that can help you. I'm hoping so. I just wish you all the best. Look after yourself, look after the ones you love, and just treat each other with kindness. And I hope that will help. That's my little healing hands for now. I think that was a lot to take in. So I hope that helps you out there in the ether. But thank you for listening to What's Lost Got to Do with It. It is a joy to do this, and I'm grateful you've stuck around to the end of the episode. Like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends, tell your enemies. I don't really care. I just want people to come and listen and have a gay old time here in the Lost Holes. But I love you so much, everybody. We'll be back again with another episode of What's Lost Got to Do with It next week. A huge thank you to Wiz Radio for looking after me and for being my family. I love you. Thank you for editing and putting it all up there in the world. You are a dream, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But for now, have a fabulous week. Look after yourselves and be kind to one another. And my name's Hannah Conda, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.